Hello, my name is Dwayne Walker, and I am the author of The Last Fundamentalist, a fictitious novel loosely inspired by the scandal of Bob Gray, the pastor of Trinity Baptist Church and founder of Trinity Christian Academy in Jacksonville, Florida, who was arrested for multiple accounts of child molestation. He resigned his pastorate and became a missionary to Germany. Before he left, he told the congregation he was guilty of an indiscretion, but it was neither sexual nor immoral. He made return trips to Jacksonville, Florida, totally ignorant of the growing number of victims who found each other on the internet and eventually teamed up to have him arrested. His trial was delayed for 1 year, and just before it began, Bob Gray suffered a fall in his home and died before the trial was able to commence. A new book, Devil in the Baptist Church, Bob Gray's Unholy Trinity by Tim Gilmore, has just been released that covers the saga of Bob Gray. The story it exposes is the same story that inspired my own novel, The Last Fundamentalist, as well as an essay called A Place to Submit, which is in the compilation Our Pastor Molested Me, Now What? This essay is actually referenced in Tim Gilmore's Devil in the Baptist Church. There is a very nice mention on the front page thanking both me and another blogger named Jerry Massey. My blog was called Christian School Confidential and was the only blog at the time devoted to the Bob Gray scandal. I graduated from Trinity Christian Academy in 1980, and during that time tended to look at Trinity the same way one might look at David Kores's church in Waco, Texas, like a borderline cult. That, of course, was before Tim Tebow attended Trinity Christian Academy and wrote about it in his book. I am hesitant to drop the names of some of the other more celebrated graduates, privately celebrated graduates, I should say, since some alumni shared with me that they deliberately left Trinity off their resumes for fear they could be subject to a backlash. I kind of played that game myself until Tim Tebow's book revealed that he spent a few months at Trinity Christian Academy before leaving for another school that would let him play quarterback. Because of the fact that now we've had graduates who became members of the city council, federal judges, and sport personalities, there's really no reason to hide Trinity Christian Academy from your resume anymore. When I was at Trinity, I did have a perverse pride in the fact that Trinity made local and occasionally national headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. Anita Bryant brought her anti-gay crusade to Trinity, as did Jerry Falwell, who visited and screened this movie, America, You're Too Young to Die, back in the late 70s and the early 80s. And check out this spread from Life magazine, where Elvis visited Jacksonville and Bob Gray accused Elvis of reaching a new low in spiritual degeneracy. This took place just 7 years after Bob Gray allegedly molested Mary Lou Hall, a minor back in 1949. This is also recounted in Gilmore's book. One of the themes in Gilmore's book is Trinity's inability to talk about their past and specifically name the mistakes that were made, to borrow a phrase from a letter written by Trinity's current pastor, Tom Messer, to one of the victims. When I began blogging about the case back in 2006, I asked a question on a message board that had absolutely nothing to do with sex crimes. I asked if Trinity Christian Academy still opposed movie-going. You heard me right. Movie-going. It was actually against the rules and grounds for possible expelment to be seen attending a motion picture theater. When I asked this question on the Fighting Fundamentalist Forum message board, which was the go-to message board for those who are looking for updates regarding the Bob Gray case, I received a number of dismissive posts like, "Oh, you're still stuck in the 70s. Thus, it implied a change. So, why not acknowledge it? Why not say, we once believed movie-going was wrong then, but we were mistaken, and it's no longer wrong as long as it's the PGs or the G motion pictures." Well, I came away from that exchange thinking, if these people can't even talk about how wrong they were regarding their changing rules on movie-going, how in the world can they acknowledge guilt about something that is so obviously wrong, like covering up the activities of a pedophile and not warning people or reporting him? I have already written a review of Devil in the Baptist Church, which appears at my blog, which is called The Last Fundamentalist. I recommend Devil in the Baptist Church with one qualifier. Names are named in this book, and I have no problem with Gilmore naming the names of those who participated in the cover-up. But I suppose if you're going to name them, you might as well name the ones who are accusing them. I did recognize the names of 2 victims in this book. And I must say, one of the reasons I myself never attempted to write a book about this real-life case is because I felt that the naming of the victims would result in an unintentional case of re-victimization. So if those who are named don't have a problem with this, then I don't have a problem with it as well, and enthusiastically recommend Devil in the Baptist Church, Bob Gray's Unholy Trinity by Tim Gilmore, available now on Amazon.com.